Hello everybody. Flip the script. Welcome to Bass and Bonsai. I've got some actually very good news on these results. You want to see these results? Buckle up and hang on. We're going to flip the script again and check out what I found. Okay. Throw you guys on the chest. Actually, you're on the chest here. Let me throw you guys on my chest. Hang on. We're going to get to the bottom of this controversy, right? The whole controversy and nothing but the controversy. The lingual, the Shimano, that I affectionately sometimes call shitmanos, but that's just jokingly, right? I've owned Shimano's, Aldebarans over the years, a lot of reels, right? Here's what I found out. We don't need to weigh anything. We know what everything weighs. I didn't even have to throw this yet, but we will throw that. Didn't throw the old one, or the new one. I threw the old one. Here's what Charlie found out. Charlie gets to the bottom. I'm a true detective, right? I get to the bottom of things. So here, and I got the brakes set pretty tight. I might loosen them a little bit. Here's the new Dark Wolf Ultra that we got. And I was going to kind of show you guys how to tie the knot and all that kind of stuff like Jimmy did on Roar Fishing. Just go to Roar Fishing and he'll show you how to do that. I was going to do it on this. I'm not going to do that. Here's what I found. And so we're going to put this thing to bed, and then we're going to do a little shootout between the Aldebarans and the Dark Wolf Ultra and possibly these two others. If we have enough daylight. Cat's outside. It's not really an outside cat. Look at him. Oh, he's got a bug. And he'll probably be chasing this thing down. And it is bare hooked. I'm liable to hook a cat. You guys see me running around the neighborhood trying to catch this cat. So, good luck. I threw this thing first and was amazed. And then I threw the trout magnet, and I think I'm still amazed. And here's what I did. Let me explain it. I carefully didn't do anything. This reel is out of the box, fixed magnets, didn't put any in, just right out of the box how it comes. The magnets are like out. I guess let me just show you so you will believe me. They're just the way they are. They're like already poofed out, stuck hard, and this little reel casts awesome. I'm going to show you. Now I haven't tested any others for today's, but just by what I did yesterday and what I've always done out here, this trout magnet, if you can hit the street 50 foot, right, with the trout magnet, is pretty good. This is the same rod, the Dark Wolf, the CU double with the ultralight tip. So we got cars and everything coming, but I'm going to try to show you. And the brakes are right about where I had my other one set. If you guys remember, I told you I originally had it set at this, but so it is stronger brakes. So if you remember right, I had to go to almost 4 with the dynamic brakes. So with the dynamic brakes, that's where I was always casting until I went to throw trout magnet. But with this one, I am at just 1 notch past 3, and I'm going to show you what it does. Maybe. Hang on here. So, well, of course, when I'm trying to show you guys what it does, I have a backlash. I think because I didn't stop it when it hit the... Oh my God. It's part of doing live stuff. If I had the time, actually if I had a good enough computer or an editing process with the GoPros to edit footage without it taking like basically 4 hours to get it edited onto the computer and then back on YouTube, maybe sometimes 6 hours, I would have done it that way and edited it out. But we're just going live. We're going for it, right? Okay, I cannot keep it from backlashing. Now, I think it's because I got a breeze. If you guys notice the trees, I can feel it blowing on me. Trout magnets are weird. No wind, you look like a rock star. Just a 2-mile-an-hour wind blowing at your face, and you suck. You're a horrible human being. Right? If any of you have ever thrown a 1 gram bait, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let me get this. I may have to just go to that other bait because I can feel this breeze. See, look. See the breeze? It wasn't here a minute ago. Before you guys came, you guys brought it. It wasn't here, I swear. The breeze, well, you can tell by how the line's blown over there into the grass. The breeze wasn't here. And it's strong too. It's like I don't know, it's probably gonna rain. All right, hang on. You guys will have to take my word for it. I was casting right to the street. Now, not into the street, like, so I'm saying I was probably a foot or so behind, but I have no doubt that this will cast close with those. But here's one I wanted to show you. Now, if I can do it with the wind, that's that bait that we can hit in the middle of the road, 60 feet, right? So let me just do it real quick. And then if it feels like it calms down, I'll put the trout magnet back on. Okay, did you guys hear that? I almost backlashed. I actually threw too hard. Watch this cat. Oh boy, watch him. Look at him. Oh, he sees it. Oh, he's like a fish. See how you gotta work a fish. Seeing it? You gotta work it. Look at that. Twitch it. Just a little shake like you oh, he's got it. Okay. You know what? I think part of it, I'm telling you guys, I adjust this, and then by the time you guys get back out here, it's readjusted. It's one of those weird things. So let's loosen it just a hair. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna take you guys and show you where this is before any cars come. Hopefully. So if you remember right, I said the others are hitting and they were hitting like right at 60 feet, like they weren't going any further. So here's 60 feet, see that line? That's 60 feet. That bait landed out here, which is right here. See it move? So that is about 64 feet probably. Whoa, shoot, here comes the truck. 1.7 gram. Little bean bait. I call them jelly beans. Some people just call them the bean, magic beans, whatever. Little crank. Very lightweight. So I think we're not going to have any issues, which is good news. I gave $61 for this, and I think it's going to cast as well as the others. Now I'm getting ready to put them on here, and just like, you know, we're going to deal with the wind or whatever, but the trout magnet's probably out. I can just feel like, you know, it's cooling down. What time is it now? Probably 7 o'clock. So the sun's down, and it's just... So if you remember right, let's continue on. Forget the trout magnet, Hicklin. We'll worry about that another day when you don't have the breeze. If you remember right, one of the issues with the Dark Wolf Ultra and the Black Knight 2, horrible about like not being braked enough and backlashing, especially like if you try to throw regular baits, they kind of suck. So here we have a 4 gram bait. I have not thrown this yet, so it's a possibility this could be an issue. And I almost think I may have too much line. I have 120 foot, I thought, but I don't know, it almost looks like it's a hair too much. So here we go, 4 gram bait. Whoa, whoa, oh boy. Yeah, no problem. So 1 notch past 3, you don't have to change nothing. You don't have to mess with it. So for those of you that haven't messed with the magnets, you're like, oh, Charlie, I don't have to do nothing to any of my stuff. And you do have one, say, with springs. Actually, you could stuff, and I know this sounds funny, you could take and stuff, you know, something as simple as like toilet paper to get those magnets to be stuck out. And I'm guessing you would have the same exact deal here. We went the wrong way with it. We should have not worried about, you know, that's going across the street, like that's going over the sidewalk, so about 80 feet with the 4 gram bait, which it should, but there's no sign of backlash, and I guess I should show you one with put my thumb on it. So I'm winging it pretty hard. I still have plenty of brakes also. Plenty of brakes left. See that? I didn't even put my thumb on it. There's no issue. Now I'm casting hard. You can almost feel it, like if you are here, you can hear that, like it's thinking about it. You know, so depending on how you cast, if you cast hard as me or harder, you may want to go to 1 click more, but you have a whole bunch. It's not like you're like right at the verge and, you know, you are out of brakes and you need to put the magnets in. That is actually awesome. So this is good enough for me, I'm telling you. I like to see that. I guess you have to have dynamic, you know, brakes that move and adjust. I think it could be hogwash, to tell you the truth. After just seeing what I just did with this bait, with these baits, with this reel. So I got to do the single lifestyle handle thing, and I'm not sure what reel I'm going to put this on. In case you didn't watch the first video, my first reel is a whole different color. I don't know if I did that with this braid, because it does, if you guys look where I was putting it on, like it does get down, and as it wears off, it's a possibility between the, you know, black and green and gold and brown just wearing and getting on my hands and thumb, and I don't know if that's what changes. I guess I would have to go back and look at an old video. Did it come this color, like it's almost like almost like an olive type green, and this is definitely more like that grayish, almost black, but more like a gray. So that's kind of weird. So nothing done with that reel. Nothing done with this reel other than the brake fix, you know, the magnets, which you have to have, because if you have the dynamic thing, once that cast gets to a certain point, the internal springs pull those things out. You know, those magnets don't stay as close all the way through. So we were dogging Sonora for like, oh, you guys are morons, you should have done this and that. They evidently copied the Shimano and then realized, oh, we don't need to copy 100% the Shimano. Which I still like the brake style, because what you do is you take away all the weight off the spool by having the magnets up and inside there, so you can just, you know, it helps. It's definitely, I think, the right direction for BFS. As far as, you know, the mag tracks, you have to have that whole side plate to match up to those magnets, to where this style you don't. But I'm wondering if all these other reels we have are basically like that. We could basically push the magnets out and then turn all of our brakes down. You know what I mean? If you're already up there, but it probably doesn't matter. We're getting ready to find out based on today's weather. And I guess I should try the trout magnet just to see, because I was having a rough time with the other one, and see if maybe, is it windy conditions? Does it make a difference, you know? Because I definitely, with that little breeze, the trout magnet sucks, but all the other ones seem fine. 1.7 grams, that's as low as I go. So no issue. I don't know. Actually, I'm happy. That's cool. That I'm still going to recommend the reel just based off what little testing I did right there. Is like, dude, that thing's awesome. I was actually surprised. I just put this on it and cast it out, and you wouldn't believe the first cast went past the street, you know, the middle of the street, and I was like, whoa, it's hard to get one to the middle of the street. So that was yeah. All right, we're going to start with the trout magnet. Now this reel was casting it yesterday, if you guys remember right. So wasn't it did I do this reel? Heck, I don't even remember. Yeah, I did the trout magnet because I had to go higher, remember? Okay, here we go. Breeze is quite... Okay, I cast it, but it maybe went 40 feet. It may have went 45. 40 something. No. Hang on. Let's see if I can get one decent cast with it or not. I don't think it matters. I think now, well, now I look, there's no breeze, so I know I'll be able to cast it. I'm not even messing trout magnet. Trout magnet testing for today is a no-go. I guarantee I could cast this now, but I probably could cast it now also with that other one. Let's go with this one. Once you add a little bit of weight, that little mile or 2 hour wind doesn't really make a huge deal on it. Okay, hang on. Just so you know, I'm not going to take you out there yet, but I have not hit. I'm going to try to hit. Ollie, quit it. Oliver. I'm going to put one with the hook on it, and I'm going to hook you. Okay, so I'm going to loosen it back up. I should be able to loosen it. Okay, there is about, let me see. Okay, I was one tighter than the one with the fixed brakes. So here's one. Here's the exact same setting as the fixed brake. Oh, we got Papa John's pizza delivery. It's not coming here. I'm not eating pizza. Everybody else went to Minsky's Pizza. which I'm not, I don't know. I like Minsky's, it's all right. I'm not like it's not like one of my favorites. Actually, my favorite pizza period is probably the Casey's, the gas station up the road here. Just their ham and cheese pizza, their breakfast pizza is my favorite, but like all their pizzas are good. Anyway, let's back to this. Okay, so yeah, boom, right there. Well, close, like right within a foot. Has the same feel to it. Feels good. Now let me go one less. I'm gonna take one more away and see if I can beat the fixed brakes. Then we're gonna do the Aldebaran, same way. Okay, so that is about tied with the fixed brakes, but I did go, I think I went down one less. I don't know, where am I at with this other one? Hang on. Might be lying to you guys. Yeah, because I was in which I don't know if I went down one on that, so very close. Performance-wise, you know, I don't go as in-depth as the real test. I don't do 5, 8 casts, go out and measure each one inch to inch. I just, you know, real world fishing, 64, 65, 63, they're almost the same. They have the very same feel. You don't lose, if you lose any, it's not much, and yeah, I have no issues with that. Now, I'm not even gonna mess with throwing this with it. I know what it'll do. It's the same. We've already done that with before, but I am gonna go now. I should have left that on there. We're gonna try this one in the Aldebaran for that, just in the middle of the street. See if I can get the Aldebaran to like way beat the others. I think I ran that line in. And you guys is it translating? Probably not now. Earlier when I first did the unboxing, if you guys watch that video too, which one do you actually like better? The one, or can you make out that that's got a green tint to it compared to that one? If you watch the unboxing video, let me know what you guys think of, like if you think one's better than the other. Oh, before I do, I just want to see what the lingo will do. Not with the trout magnet, with this bait compared to these other guys. The lingo has dynamic braking, right? It's got all what it should have, but it's definitely a heavier spool than it's a bigger and heavier spool than the others, right? So we're just gonna, before I do the Aldebaran, and I think I have time, and it feels comfortable out here now. I mean, it doesn't feel like cool, but I'm not sweaty at all. This would actually be a perfect temperature for fishing right this second. Not a crazy fishing. If you got going too gung-ho, you'd probably start sweating, you know, if you got too excited. Oh my gosh. Let's try the lingo. This bait right here, this is a perfect test bait for me anyway. It's almost not like an impossible bait to cast with. Almost any BFS reel will cast it, and you can kind of get a good comparison on, you know, how freed up one feels or whatever. So I'm gonna do this reel, and I'm gonna do the Corrado, then we'll go to the Aldebaran. Okay. Come on, Lingle. That's the Joker, sorry. Come on, Joker. Don't be a Joker. Up. Nope. The Joker did not make it to the middle of the street. Nope. Let's back these brakes down a little. It ain't even coming close. Why do we have them up so high? Did I turn them up for a reason? Alright, turn it down one notch. There's no sign of backlashing, but it's like not even coming close. Okay, it's getting better. No sign of backlashing. I'm gonna come one more, which is actually, or probably right around the same thing, almost to 3, so about 1 past 3. Let's see what it does. Sometimes that braid, 10-pound braid can be the kind of almost like an equalizer. Oh boy. Oh yeah, right out there. Right, whoa, look out. Okay, it struggles. I'm not gonna loosen it anymore. It's almost starting to fluff. It will not go quite as far as the Dark Wolf Ultra, either one. It gets out there. It hits the middle, like right at the crack, but those others are getting like 62, 64, probably 64. And this one will not do it. Set roughly at the same breaking, and it kind of started to have a little fluff on that last one. Just for giggles, it's gonna backlash, but I'm gonna just try the trout magnet real quick because it sucks. So if you guys are like up in the air, like, well, I don't know if I want the Dark Wolf Ultra, the new one, because of whatever, it will outcast the lingle even with the 1.7 grams. So, lightweight stuff. Oh boy, yeah, backlash. So I would have to tighten it all the way back up, past where it was. Oh my God. So yeah, the lingle I love for all around and just it's awesome reel, like overall. But it is not, which I've called it before, especially the Cast King Zephyr and most of those reels with that type of braking and those weights of spools, they truly suck, in my opinion, for ultralight BFS. The lingle kind of starts to get there, but it kind of, let's be honest, it kind of sucks for ultralight. It's going to cast these, but as far as, this the newer technology of what's out there, you want to get, and I don't know about the new Black Knight 2 knockoffs. They got the same frame. There's that Silver Solo King and the Kingdom that comes with different, shallow spool and a deeper spool. I don't know how well those will work, but I know that the Black Knight 2, the old or the new Dark Wolf Ultra is still there. It's capable, awesome for ultralight BFS. The newer Aldebaran, which I guess I didn't comment much about compared to the old Aldebaran, big improvement on the lightest stuff. The old Aldebaran was an awesome all around. It would, to my mind, smoke these others for all around, but it was not ultralight, in my opinion. I gotta find that line. But this new reel is definitely kind of, I'd call it leaps and bounds over the old one as far as that ability to cast lightweight baits. 1.7 grams. That thing is free. Why is it that free? Did I mess with it? Oh, I was gonna do the, oh my goodness, hang on. I just lost the line again. Oh man, live deals are, it's real. The struggle's real. I just want to see so you guys will know and we'll all know what the Corrado does. Corrado BFS. Is it still my favorite overall BFS reel? Maybe, as of right now. But we'll find out here real quick on what it does with this bait compared to these other ones. Bear with me. Hang on, stare at something. It's only the downside when you got already line on. It's actually quicker to have all the spools empty and then just peel a little line off, take the reel off, tape the line onto the next reel kind of deal. Oh boy, where'd the snap go? Oh my goodness. Probably just like the lingo, I probably shouldn't even try the trout magnet because it's like a no-go, trust me. Somebody would be like, oh, I can cast a trout magnet with the lingo. I can cast a trout magnet with the Corrado. Good for you. How far are you going? And are you really, really enjoying it and having fun and out fishing it and all that kind of stuff? For me, it's a no, dog. Trout magnets aren't that bad, like I mentioned with these other reels, but any of these older technologies, what I call them, heavier spools, nah, they suck. All right, here we go. Whoa, what happened? I don't even know where that's at. Same thing. It's like one notch past 3 is where I typically have it. Spool tension is actually loose. I'm gonna leave it there real quick, but no, wait, I'm gonna adjust it. I don't know why it's so loose. Jesus. Almost stuck. Still real loose. Alright, I tightened it some, believe it or not. Like, wow, why is that so loose? It's still loose, but I've tightened it up some. Huh, guess what? Yeah, you guessed it. This sucker goes right out there with all of them too, with this bait. $60, maybe 2 feet, so it's right there. I don't think I want to go any looser because it's kind of got a fluffiness to it. I'm casting about as hard as you want to cast, or you either need to tighten it a little bit and cast harder, or cast softer and you can loosen it, but it's like right there. Like right before you can watch it kind of start to poof. And that's probably 61 feet. So I would call it right with, just behind the Dark Wolf Ultra. It beats the lingle with that bait. Beats the lingle, has a little more line. It's, you know, I like it better than the lingle, but when you could get the lingle, they were $70 and this is $170. So you have 2 lingles and be doing pretty much the same thing within a few feet. This one definitely got out there a little bit easier than the lingle. But that's an awesome reel. Ain't no mistaking it. Crotto BFS, awesome reel. Now, I gotta find that line again. Let's get this done before it gets dark. Let's see if I can get this reel to go beyond, like, way better. Because as you can tell, if you can't tell, all of these, fixed or not fixed, the minute you get away from trout magnet, you know, which hardly nobody fishes with, you get to like this, or if you even get to a 16th ounce crappie jig, or, you know, a 2 gram, 3 gram bait, 4 gram bait, you're talking within 60, say, so 60 to 64 feet at the most, between like the worst one, which is I'd call the lingle, right at 60, to the best one, which is give or take the Dark Wolf Ultras, about 64. 4 feet on a 60-foot cast is, you're not like really taking away, like they're all capable of doing the same amount of work with whatever baits or whatever you're doing. What will hold you back from fishing will be in your rod and like what bait you're throwing and how the hook sets and all that. The reels are all capable. What's funny, as of right now, until I throw this one, the one that seems just the easiest to work is the one that has, or sorry, this one with the fixed brakes. Then would be almost a tie between these two, but the Crotto may, I don't know, these are almost a tie. Then the lingle's a little harder to try to get the lighter baits to go as far. But then when you start out with these, the lingle, in my opinion, touches on a whole nother level of, wow, that reel's awesome kind of deal. What did I do with the bait? Oh. When I first got them and had them out here, what's funny is though, my Zillion with the SV boost spool, I think it can cast this 4 gram bait further than any other spool that I have, BFS or not. That thing was just, that's an insane setup with the boost. Makes me want to try, which I don't know. I know the Steez is outrageously priced, which it hadn't even showed up on Digitalk to even tempt me to buy it, but a boost spool, which it's just a matter of time before that boost makes its way to all the, you know, especially on the higher end reels, but if on a BFS spool, you know, shallow, different slides or whatever, then that's when I think that's going to be like a game changer for BFS stuff. Because that Steve's shallow spool, I'm sure, can outcast the SV boost in the Zillion for lightweight stuff anyway. All right, now I'm going to go a little bit tighter. All right, that seems good. We got the brakes at, wow, that's right. This one, they're all the way up at 5. I'm going to try to turn them down. That was the kind of a niche I had. And the other thing is, let me just see if this one's freed up any. If you guys remember right, it's got like a cat, like, look at that. See the resistance in the cranking? That should not be that bad, I wouldn't think. All right, I tightened up the spool tension. I might be able to loosen this, but we'll just try it like it is. It's set on like 5, it only goes to 6. Bam, though, right out there. Very first cast, probably 63, almost 4. So it's right there with those others. So I'm gonna go 1 notch. What did that get off me, fly? 1 notch down from 5. I probably had a little too much line out there. Let's try that right there. Oh, I cast way high, but it still went. So yeah, it is. I just need to get a good cast and maybe go down just a hair more. I didn't see it wanting to backlash at all. So I tightened the spool tension up. So I'm gonna go 4.5. 4.5, let me double check the spool tension. Yeah, the spool tension's good. That's why I like it normally. Sometimes I will go a little loose. I'll be like, I need to loosen the spool tension a little bit. Jesus. I don't know what that was. I never had one do quite like that. I think I just threw it too hard. So hang on. Hold on. That was me, I guess. Ollie, look out. We gotta hurry up. Darkness falls, Ollie. Let's try this again. You guys ready? Nope. Look at that, dude. See what I'm saying? I'm not casting crazy hard. That thing just does not like a loose setting. Like, I was at 5. I'm gonna go back. It's only so far the downside I see to this thing. It feels like the brakes. You want me to be honest? You know what it probably needs? Fixed brakes. Like the Dark Wolf Ultra. Maybe it needs magnets added or the fixed brakes. I think it's going to go further if I can just get it set. So just give me a minute.
We're recording a video for YouTube on how to cast.
Yeah.
Like and share, and don't forget to hit that follow button.
Okay, so it almost. Oh man, I'm gonna go I just barely turned it a hair tighter. It was getting real fluffy. Hang on, guys. I ain't gonna lie. The most impressive reel so far is that little $61 frickin' Dark Wolf Ultra. No. I zing it and it goes boop. Screw you. You guys hear it? It's spooled up, but okay. Maybe there's a reason why I was on 5. Put it on 5 and freaking cast it hard. Let's see. I'll be taking these brakes, sticking toilet paper in them, getting them stuck all the way out. Dynamic brakes sound cool, but if the sucker works better with them stuck, we'll stick them. Stick them all the way up and leave them. Right? Or stick the magnets we got on them. All right, I'm gonna cast this hard. Okay, 61 feet. Set on 5. I'm gonna go just a hair. Like, just not on 5, it's just under. I shouldn't have to fight this thing this hard to get it to go, I wouldn't think. Well, the wind, look at the wind. The wind does play a little factor when it gets stronger, which is getting a little stronger. But that dark wolf ultra did not struggle. That one with the fixed brakes was like poof. First cast I did, I was like, whoa, that sucker surprised me to go way out there. All right, I'm matching it, which that's, you know, I guess that's impressive, but this is a $280 freaking reel. Cheap through Digitaka. It's a $360 or $380 reel like a lot of other places. And I don't feel I gain anything. All right, there was a very good cast. I'm trying to walk you out. I may have gained a foot or two, maybe. Let's go look at it. If you want to go back and look at the footage yourself, I'll try to remember. Yeah, we got more finally. Now, it may be the wind. Okay, so there's the middle of the street, 60 feet. Okay, yeah, so we're probably 66. I would almost say we've gained, like, none of the others got out that far. This finally got out there. You saw, I was kind of struggling though, but I mean, it did it. So I can't really knock it. It took me a little while to mess with it, but oh my goodness. What is flower? Flower power. Let's go see if I can repeat it. And yeah, when you're dealing with new line, look at this, the new line. And that's probably what happened to that Dark Wolf Ultra. Because that matte black is just like, or gray, is just like an unfinished, and I basically polished all those colors into it, turned it an olive green, which actually I like the color, it's fine. Doesn't hurt my feelings none. All right, one more cast. Can we get back out there? So, if you're willing to spend $220 more for 2 feet, you can do it. Okay, same deal, no backlash. So I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna call this the winner, but I'm gonna also say that, because I like the reel, I'm gonna keep using it. The only downside, this, the little bit of resistance, I'm gonna fish it this weekend. I'm not a huge fan of this look, you know, I'll be honest, it may grow on me. I like the palming better than the old Aldebaran, and I think it's a better reel than the old Aldebaran. I do like this side. This side looks tough. I like this, other than maybe that little niche cut out right there. But I do like the reel. I like the reel a lot. It feels good. But I'll be honest, I like this reel a lot too because it was 61 bucks, and you do not need, if you guys are just now tuning in, you do not need to put any magnets in it. You do not need the dynamic magnetic system or none of that crap. These are fixed, and this thing casts real good. As good, if not maybe better. Look at that color difference. Better than the one that you got to add the magnets and all that. So if you run into one of these and you have one and you've just been hesitant on messing with getting magnets, you don't know where to get them or how to go about getting them, honestly what I would do, I guess I'll show you that as I end this video. If you have one of these, just to try it, I mean, you can always just take it away. So that goes up, right? What you need to do is figure out, now you don't want nothing sticking out here because then it'll get up in your spool. Figure out what you can stick in there. Don't glue it. Don't like freaking jam some super glue in there. But figure out a way to stick something in there or in this way just to get it stuck up. Okay? And then just try it. And if that don't work, you know, it could be as simple as a wooden, just a little piece of a toothpick, because as long as it stays down below the height of the magnet, then you'll be good. Like honestly, if I didn't already have this done to it, that's what I would do, because that's all they've done. And I'll try to, let me show you, just so you can see that the proof's in the pudding that they've stuck the magnets up. Okay, so see, these don't have any, they don't move, and there's no other magnets on there. So technically, this one goes higher, but it doesn't stay. So Now I could probably put magnets on since I already have them. And what that would probably let me do is go even lower, like turn the braking way down, maybe even around 1 or who knows what, and then go from there. But it's not really like I don't need it because I go from 1 past 3 all the way to 5. I've got tons of, I'm almost in the middle. You know what I mean? So is that something, who knows, maybe over the winter I'll play with it or whatever. But I was trying to show you. So see that one, the magnet? Try to show you this. So see, when that goes up, you can make out, hopefully, that that's the way this one is. When this one's down, you can't really see. See that little notch? So they've stuck them up 100% sure. And which Nate and a few other people have commented on, so I don't need to take this apart. I know what they've done. They stuck it, the magnets are stuck out, therefore they just have enough braking without messing with magnets. And clearly, if you just watch the little shootout deals, you don't really lose much, if anything. And yeah, some of it could depend on your casting style, because in theory these just stay up so they don't go down to let it get that little touch of distance on the end, but they aren't out as far. This one, to get it to be able to cast, you have to add that 0.5, which puts them, already up there. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but everything's a win. Definitely the best caster out of the box that I've, had BFS wise. Not by a ton, but it beats all the other, beats the competition. The $60 reel is legit. Even when they're $70, $74, they're worth that. The lingle though, it's worth that if you can, at some point, hopefully they get the lingles back out. And then the Corrado BFS, you can find them still for $170, maybe $200. My honest opinion, now that I've had this reel, like, if you can find this for maybe $170 or get a deal on a used one, I guess I could see where a guy might want to get one. But at some point, these should get back in there within range and be in stock, because I gave like 280 or 87. I would probably just pick up another one. Like if I wanted another, because this should make for a good all-around reel. So if you weren't watching yesterday when we cast this, so it can hold enough line, and it'll do all of it. It'll get down there, it'll throw the trout magnet with the best of them, with the alphas, with the Daiwas, it'll throw it with them. Will it beat them? Maybe not. Maybe it's so close that it doesn't really matter. But what it will do that the Daiwas won't is it'll hold a thicker braid and more of it, or line in general, and then you can go do a lot more other stuff with it. It's not really a one-trick pony. It's an awesome reel. Sort of like this reel. They hold roughly about the same amount of line, and other than just the fact that you got a plastic frame versus magnesium, to where at some point you could, kind of overhorse. This should handle more of a workout than this reel, just based on the plastic frame, magnesium frame. But for, say, 10-pound line, you shouldn't have any issues with any of these reels. Let me see if I got any comments. Oh, what time is it? How long you been on here, Jay? No, the Dark Wolf Ultra, I'm telling you, I didn't have to, because it just works. I was just playing with that, just finding the setting. It's like where you can tell, it's hard to explain. It's like this reel seems to need like a finer adjustment. Like a little turn goes a long way. These are kind of clicky, like the click, so that's why I felt like these, I was pretty much right on it. This one, I was trying to do what I thought was like the click on this. You see how far that moves? But when well, when I was doing that on this, I was going too far. But yeah, they're so close, it doesn't matter. What does it matter that this can go 2 foot further than this, or 4 foot? This can go 4 foot further on a 65 foot cast. What does it matter? They both seem about as accurate, like they're kind of freed up. They're not. It's not really a struggle. It's just a matter of a foot or two in distance. And yeah, if I really mess with this, who knows? I could probably get one or the other to get even closer to this. Or if I mess with this, I may need to get another. You know, I could possibly get another foot. I can just tell you that just getting a feel of them, the lingual definitely struggles out of all of them until you get into this kind of thing. And then I feel it jumps ahead. Now, I haven't put it up against this one. This one may be right there with it, but the lingual over the Dark Wolf Ultra and a lot of other reels that I had, it just seemed to, it's probably because it's got a bigger spool, so it doesn't need to rotate as much. So I was getting more distance with these. But for the little bait that we were throwing, like if I had to rank them all, I couldn't really split these. I couldn't tell you which one beat what. I'd almost feel this one's easier to cast because it doesn't have the dynamic braking. I think you could fine tune it, get a little more distance with this one. Same thing, you could fine tune this, get a little more distance in this one. But I think the easiest one to set was that dude. Because it's just, those dynamic brakes aren't moving, so it's just it does the same thing every time, no matter how hard you cast. Dynamic brakes kind of work off how hard you cast it. How fast was the spool going? How much did it poof? If you go a little lighter, it maybe didn't poof as much, and all that kind of stuff. This was also easy to cast. It just doesn't quite get the distance as these others. This one's not a very hard reel to get set either. But none of them are. None of them are like that hard. Anyway, so yeah, Jay, if you missed what I'm talking about, there's no need to worry. You actually, if in my opinion, you probably should hope that it comes with the fix, because I feel this reel definitely had to have magnets, and this reel doesn't need anything. The ones that are fixed don't need anything. Yeah, it's one of those deals, like, you know, and I'm not really easy on stuff. I do try to take care of my reels. I try to keep them covered up, but I'm out there getting dust. I had to clean all the dust off this because we went on a gravel road. These were in the back of, you know, in Matt's bass boat while we were going to the last place we fished, so I got dust and dirt on them. So I'm not the easiest in the world, and I have not, so far, I guess I'll give you a quick heads up on the reels that I have gotten and kept, or Charles has gotten and kept. You remember, right, this one sort of had an issue with this not one to, like, every once in a while it would pop back up. That doesn't seem to be an issue anymore. I'm not even sure if I did anything. You just took it apart, put it together enough that it had a burst somewhere. But they all seem fine. This one definitely needs oil again, and I'll have to find the line, but I wanted to show you. The clicking is the knot. I've got so much line on it hidden, but can't really hear it. It's starting to get a little sound like, and it's real super free, so it probably needs to be taken apart and oiled. Kind of a mid-season deal. I may not put enough on it, but this one also, I think it's just that time. I think they all probably need it. They're all real freed up, and probably need to oil them. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I got to go finish editing the video that me and Matt fishing. If you guys didn't watch it, it dropped today. The first video of me and Matt out, and there's probably going to end up being 2 more because we caught a lot of bass, I ain't going to lie. So try to watch those and help me out, because you guys all are doing a good job of watching when I do a live deal. I know you don't watch it right when I put it out, but those things get like 100, 150, 200 within a day or two. Man, I go out and the fishing videos are lucky to get 50 to 100 in the first week. Then some of them catch on, some of them don't. But, you know, help me out. Watch those videos. I know some of you are just wanting the knowledge of what to do, whatever. You know, you don't care if I actually go out and catch fish or not. But it's also durability testing. And if you haven't really paid attention and watched a fishing video, a lot of times I'll stop and I'll go into a little thing kind of like here, and I may test something, or I may start talking about going on a little rant talking about something or whatever. So do I think they're worthwhile? Yeah, very worthwhile to watch all Bass and Bonsai videos, except the bonsai ones if you guys aren't into bonsai. But anyway, guys, fishing with Charles on Saturday. Charles has some of his stuff coming for, if you heard me talking about his John boat. So he's going to have a new foot-operated trolling motor. I think he's got an 85-pound thrust rear trolling motor coming to scoot that thing along. The one he's got on it now is only a 55, and that thing will set you down. And that little, I think it's a 12-foot John boat. So anyway, he's got some of that stuff where you'll see some of that, and we'll get out fishing with him on Saturday. Then we're going again with Matt Sunday in his bass boat, and we might try to sit down and actually take a look at the live scope. My initial thoughts on live scope are kind of like my initial thoughts on down scan and side imaging. If you let yourself just sit and stare at them and ooh and ah too much, especially when you first get them, you'll actually cost yourself catching fish. You kind of got to go out when you're not really fishing and play and mess with them, and then just use them as a tool, look and glance. You may like kind of head you in a direction, but don't try to live off of finding fish to catch with those, because a lot of times they'll be finding you something that you think's there that they're either A, just not hitting whatsoever. You know, stick to what you know. Use it to help find brush, cover, maybe pods of fish, areas of fish, and then just try it real quick. Don't waste your time sitting there aiming at a little ball that's on your screen because you think it's a big bass. You know, I'll do it. You'll watch me do it. Like, oh, there's something there, and I'll drop something down, and I'll jig it a couple times, and on down the road. Don't waste a lot of time with your electronics, but they seem legit. The only issue that I've seen is I was just talking about, I've seen a lot of guys that since they've got it, I don't see them just going out and all of a sudden, night and day difference on how many fish they can catch in a day, right? It all comes down to it, just a bass fisherman, and once you're fishing and you just kind of get in the knack of having a kind of a feel for where they are or what's biting or not, or know how to try it and then move on. You don't really even need electronics for that. Try them shallow, a little deeper, try them out, try them on this ledge, try them wherever, and move on. Don't waste a lot of time, right? Or slow down. If you're trying everywhere and you're seeing fish and you're like, dude, they just won't hit none of these baits. Well, slow those baits down, go to worms, all that kind of stuff, right? All right, guys, I am gone for sure. Thanks for watching. Get out, go bass and bonsai, but whatever you do, don't worry, Dark Wolf Ultra is fine. Oh, there's HP. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, you'll like it, Jay, the Dark Wolf Ultra, man. I'm telling you, I wasn't recording or nothing. I spooled it up, come out here, set the brakes, set the spool tension, what I thought maybe a touch tight, and it still may be a touch tight. And I was like, well, I'll try to trap, man. I was like, no, I don't want to backlash. I want to at least try something. So I put that 1.7 gram bait on it, and the first cast was like, shoom, a foot or so past street. I was like, whoa, like easy till I'm like, oh my goodness. So then I just fine-tuned it, got like probably 64, and I'm like, I kind of struggled, which I can get this one there, but yeah, I was definitely impressed. I was afraid this thing would be like, just would struggle, then it would either, backlash before it got, loose enough to get the distance. It, just didn't have enough. I don't know why I was thinking that, but yeah, awesome reel. Gotta go. CHP, see you guys later tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to mess with one. This rod, that's the CU double, but there's videos I changed the handle out, but that's the Ace Hawk CU double. I still recommend this rod, and honestly, I recommend anybody and everybody just to buy it. Then you'll have something to base off of when you hear me talking about it, because it's only 38 bucks. If you hear me talking, well, it's stiffer than the CU double light tip, or it's softer than the CU double ultralight tip, or whatever kind of deal. Because this is an awesome rod that you can find a use for with the ultralight or the light tip, and it's 38 bucks. Yeah, it comes with a funky handle, but it doesn't fish any different than this one with the cork. I just had to have the ability, so I did it. I switched out, put a cork handle on it. But I'm thinking about trying to see if Charles wants to buy or trade this thing, because when I'm going to take it down and let him just see what he thinks. With that cork, and I had the Silver Creek on it, it just looks and feels good with that Silver Creek. I was like, wow, I had the Silver Creek on it before, but with that funky EVA brown, it just, and the Silver Creek's kind of brown, you think it would match, but it had that funky match, like that wasn't good. It's like wearing plaid shorts and a plaid shirt. It just, it's too much, you know what I'm saying? Camo shorts with a camo shirt, unless you're in the Army, that's too much. Is that one of those kind of things? But now that I did away with the brown, put a cork handle, Silver Creek with cork, it definitely would go together. Yeah, the cork handles, I've had them on almost all my rods, and if you don't know, you can get these AliExpress. Go back and look at my videos. $3.50. It's kind of an imitation. It's really cork, but it's kind of an imitation cork ring, because there's a thin wrapped layer of, which I believe to be real cork, but a very thin layer over like pressed cork, you know, cork that's ground up or whatever and then glued back together, almost like a rubberized. But it definitely feels good. It feels like the real stuff, and hopefully it lasts as well. But yeah, awesome. CU double, get it. So far the real test has been right about 2 things. Well, maybe a few more things. I'm not going to admit to any more than that though. And you're very welcome. But yeah, the CU double, the first one I bought wasn't some kind of weird thing where you could get one with just one tip, and it was only like 20 bucks, or I don't know, some kind of weird thing they had going on. I ordered that, I got it, and it was junk. Tip was junk. I snapped it, just test flexing it right when I took it out of the package, and you can just tell where and how it was made. It is nothing like the true CU double that comes with a light and ultralight tip. Awesome rod for 38 bucks. I've been waiting. I guess they don't make it anymore. They have a 7-foot medium light or something. It's just never in stock. I would actually like to buy one of those just to have also and try. And I've been messaging the guy that, if you guys remember the Pistas or whatever, the DMX rods. I'm still trying to get that guy to sell me those at a reasonable price, because they're still listed. I could buy them both for like $101. And I messaged him like, can I buy these and you ship them or not? Like, you still listing them. You should put on there that, you know, where areas you can and can't ship to or something. So anyway, that lot more coming up. This has been almost an hour. I gotta go. Be fishing, go fishing, let's all go fishing. I gotta go.